All right, welcome to Coffee with Markus. This is episode 110, and today I'll show you what's happening in the market so that you know what's going on, and it is crazy. We'll take a look at this. But I also want to show you today how to set alarms on TradingView for entering trades as well as exiting trades. Anyhow, so that's our program for today. As always, we do a deep dive where we answer your questions. But if this sounds good, come on, let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, so today we talk about what is happening in the markets after this weekend, and it is crazy. And we'll also talk about how to use alerts on TradingView because they're pretty awesome, and I want to show you some tips and tricks around this. But first, let's talk about what is happening in the markets. Well, we can sum it up in one word. Crazy. Okay, so what's happening here? Let's take a look at this. The Dow and the S&P are on pace to make new record highs. And is this because of the election that everybody was focused on? And where now we have a new president, or we have more clarity, so the uncertainty is out of this? No, not at all. Let me take you to the overnight markets here. I want to show you a 15-minute chart of here, actually the Dow Jones. And here, right here, see this on the left-hand side of the screen, this is where we opened last night. So this is the reaction to more certainty regarding the election. And as you can see, it's not a whole lot. Wait, if we zoom in, it might look a little bit bigger. See this gap here, this is what was the initial reaction to having more certainty. But this is not what is moving the markets today. This morning, around 6:30 Eastern Time, Pfizer actually released a statement that they have their COVID-19 vaccine, and it seems based on their trials, they say it is more than 90% effective. And you see, Dr. Fauci said, you know what, anything that is more effective than 50 or 60% would be acceptable. And this is the case for most vaccines. Anyhow, so Pfizer said, oh no, we're not 50% effective. We're not 60% effective. We are actually 90% effective. So this is where today the focus is all on the vaccine, and possibly do we have something that we could fight this virus with? So this is why the Dow was up more than 1,400 points earlier today. But as you can see right now, if we are going to a 5-minute chart, we're pulling back, same as the S&P 500. I want to show you a 5-minute chart. So this is where we gapped up this morning, and right now it's fizzling out a little bit. Now, the NASDAQ, here it is super surprising. The NASDAQ, let's go back to a daily chart, is actually negative for the day. So what's happening? Why is the Dow up 1,400 points for the day and the NASDAQ is negative? Well, all these work from home stocks are down. So if you look at, for example, Zoom, who was everybody's darling during the pandemic here, soaring high, today down 16%, has been down as much as 19-20% earlier. Netflix, right now we're seeing a little bit of a reversal here, but as you can see, down 8%. Earlier we were down as much as 9%. So all of these work from home stocks that benefited from the pandemic and everybody stay at home. For example, Peloton also here. Peloton, who was soaring high, the bike where you can do the exercises, and today down 17%. So all of these stay-at-home stocks are down. So what is up? Well, up right now are travel-related stocks. So yes, airlines are up. If you look at this, American Airlines pulling back a little bit right now, but up 16%. Delta Airlines up 17%. United Airlines up almost 20%. Resorts and casinos, Wynn up almost 30% for the day. Marriott up 14%. And even AMC, right? Theaters, movie theaters that were about to declare bankruptcy are now up 61%. But the key question is, will this last? Well, again, today everybody is super excited about this. And of course, if you think about it, great. So we have news that we possibly have a vaccine that is 90% efficient. But now we need to produce it, we need to distribute it. So, and then of course we have the first responders who will get the vaccine first. Then people who are in risk groups, right? I mean, older people, but also very important here, our teachers, right, who are teaching our children, and then it rolls out to the general public. So it might actually be quite a while before everybody gets vaccinated. But you see, traders are pretty much like, yippee-yay, today, let's do this. And so we'll see what happens. Now, what else is happening here? The economic calendar this week, super light, nothing going on today, tomorrow, or on Wednesday. On Thursday, Fed Chair Powell is speaking, and Powell will probably say, yes, we need a stimulus. Oh, by the way, yeah, weren't we focused on the stimulus? So what's happening there? Well, as you know, right now, we are going into the lame duck period. So it will be a while before Biden will be sworn in as a new president. And of course, we first have the Electoral College going on that is somewhere in December. So we still have quite a while until we have a new president sworn in. And as you also know, the current president, President Trump, is filing a bunch of lawsuits, wants to look into the election. Hey, you know what? This is not a political show here. What this is all about is how are the markets reacting to it. And today, looking at everything that is going on today, since coronavirus are still spiking, look at this. We are making new records pretty much every day. See, yesterday we had lower cases reported than the days before, and it is still above 100,000. So of course, all eyes are on this, and this is what the markets are focusing on today. Now, this will change. This will change over the next few days. We will focus more on the election and what is happening here, the outcome of the election, the stimulus bill that we need. But right now, today, it is just a firework. So this is what's going on in the markets in 5 minutes or less here, because that's my goal, that I inform you that you know what is happening. So does it mean that right now you should rush into buying airlines? Actually, no, I wouldn't do this. So we'll see right now just a capital shift. You see, over the past few months, what has happened is that a lot of money went into these winners from this pandemic. For example, if you also think about Lowe's or Home Depot, right? I mean, down today, 8%. Why? Because Lowe's actually, as you can see, during the pandemic went up. Why? Because everybody's staying at home. And this is when you realize, oh, well, there's something that I wanted to fix the whole time and I haven't done it yet. So same with Home Depot here. Wayfair, we talked about Wayfair. Wayfair was definitely benefiting from the pandemic. Today, down 20%. Now, again, this might change as reality sinks in and we realize, okay, it might be a while until we get the vaccine. So now that we have news that we have an effective vaccine, over the next few days, we will get more information of how many, what do you call them, vials? Yeah, vials will be available, right? I mean, how many millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of vials will be available? By the way, interestingly enough, Pfizer said, yes, they will make it available for free. And they are one of the very few organizations who did not take any money from the government during this Operation Warp Speed. Interesting. Anyhow, so this is the fireworks that are happening today. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to use TradingView and the alerts on TradingView, because they are pretty awesome. And I wanted to show you some tips and tricks. Also want to show you how I personally use them. But so good to see everybody here. And it seems that some of you who have been in trades, according to the wheel, where we are expecting the markets to go up, you have been doing really well. So this is good to see. Okay, good to see everybody here. So yeah, we will see what happens over the next few days. And some of you, great to see that you made 82% on that jump, right? 90%. So anyhow, yes, it is all good. As you know, we even have a mug for this that says good. if you want to have this. Anyhow. So, Kamala is asking a good question. Should we stay away from the market because of the crazy market? Honestly, I thought when I looked at the markets last night and I saw the markets were up slightly, which is exactly what I expected since some of the uncertainty regarding the election was getting out of the market. If you remember, we talked about it last week. The three main factors that is driving the market right now, or were driving the market over the past 2 weeks, were number one, uncertainty about the election. Who will be the next president and who will have the majority in the House as well as the Senate. So the second thing that we had is uncertainty regarding the stimulus package. When will we have a stimulus package? How big will the stimulus package be? And what will it all include? And number three is the uncertainty regarding the virus. Will this virus force us to shut down again? So that restaurants might be closed again. And you remember what all happened in July. And now that we have the third wave. And it seems that right now, today, markets are just skyrocketing. And the VIX, yes, the VIX is going down. So let's take a look at the VIX. It is the fear factor of the market, the volatility index. As you can see today, down to 24, just because we have a little bit more certainty of how we can handle the virus and also regarding the election. So for those of you who are asking about the wheel alerts, now, as you know, I'm trading two strategies. So I'm trading the PowerX strategy, and I actually entered a trade today according to the PowerX strategy. I'll show it to you in just a moment when we talk about the alerts. And for the wheel today, I was looking at several stocks. I was looking at probably 6 or 8 stocks, and the opportunity was there. One of the opportunities that I saw this morning was ATVI. But as you can see, ATVI quickly reversed here. So by the time I could get an alert out, this opportunity was already gone. Now, I do really believe that over the next few days, we will get many more opportunities. Again, last week, trading was super light. Today, I already looked at 6 to 8 stocks, narrowed it down to 2 that I really like, 2 or 3 actually. But again, today with the crazy markets and the volatility, a lot was going on. And this is where I'm planning to issue alerts probably tomorrow or on Wednesday. All right. So let's talk about, what did I want to talk about today? Alerts, right. So let me show you how to use TradingView Alerts. Let's actually start over because Asia will cut out this little thing as a standalone video that you can have a tutorial. So I want to make it almost perfect here, okay? So let me show you how to use TradingView Alerts to set alarms for your entries and exits. And I want to show you some examples based on the trades that I personally trade. So the software that I use to find the best stocks to trade is the PowerX Optimizer. And I run it every day, and PowerX Optimizer has actually end of day data, meaning that the night before you know what to do for the next morning. So when I ran the scanner last night, I saw that we had quite a few stocks popping up here: Apple, BKU, CLX, CVET. And I want to show you at the example of Apple of how exactly I use TradingView, which is this here, to set alerts to enter and exit positions. So let me just show you exactly how to do this. In order to do this, I want to rearrange my screen a little bit. I want to show PowerX Optimizer in the background, and then on top of it, right here, I want to show TradingView so that we can see it. Actually, let me make this a little bit smaller. So as you can see here, based on the PowerX Optimizer, moving this just a little bit over to have it perfect. We want to buy Apple here. If we look at Apple, we want to buy to open it at 119.21. Now, if you are trading stocks, you can just set a stop order in the market and say, as soon as it moves above 119.21, I want to buy it. However, when you're trading options, you need to wait until Apple moves above 119.21. So let me show you how I use alarms for entries, and then I want to show you how to use it for the exits. So in order to set an alarm on TradingView, it is actually super simple. You can either just right mouse click and say add alert, or you can click on this little alarm clock on top in the menu bar right here. I'm going to click on this. It brings up the alert. And now the easiest way to use it is that we want to say if Apple is crossing and whatever our entry signal is here, according to PowerX Optimizer, 119.21, then actually give us an alarm. Now, I only need it once, meaning that as soon as it crosses it for the first time, I want to buy a call option. So again, if you would like to know more about PowerX Optimizer and how I use it, go to mytradingroutine.com. I'll have a detailed tutorial there of how I use it, but I just want to show you today how to use TradingView and the alarms. Now, I select only once the expiration time. I set the expiration to today at 15:30. Now, again, this is my time zone and it is military time. So this is 30 minutes after the markets close. And here's why. For the entry, this entry signal is only valid for today. Tomorrow, we will get new entry signals. And in order to keep my alerts clean, I want to have them automatically expire as soon as today the markets close. So this is why I'm setting it, as I'm recording it, is November 9th. And I'm setting it to 30 minutes after the market close. Now, you can set it to open-ended, and we'll talk about this in a moment when we talk about the profit target and the stop loss. Now, here are all the alert actions. Now, you can get notified on the app. I highly recommend, if you're using alerts, that you're downloading the TradingView app on your phone, because then as soon as an alert is being triggered, your phone buzzes. So important tip number one, set an expiration time. So that's the first tip, because by doing so, you will keep your alarms clean and not cluttered. Especially when you're on the free version of TradingView, you only have 10 alerts that you can set. So you want to make sure that you're not overusing them. So tip number two, use it on the app, because you probably have your phone within close reach. I mean, studies show that we have our phone usually within an arm's length for most of the day. So this is why this makes sense. You can also show a pop-up, and if you want, you can have a sound playing. I have a little handbell that makes a ding as soon as this goes off. And you can also send yourself an SMS. Now, I personally found the app more reliable than sending an SMS. An SMS is hit or miss, and depending on the traffic on their server, it might take a little bit longer. I have tested it, and I always got the alarm quicker in the app than I've gotten it through a text message. So I highly recommend that you do this. Now here, the important thing is actually the message. So for me, I like to put in the message what I'm supposed to do now. Because this way, if your phone goes off and shows you the alert, you know exactly what to do. And here, if I want to trade options, I say as soon as Apple is crossing above 119.21, I want to buy the call option, right? Now, you could be even more specific, and based on what you see here in PowerX Optimizer, oops, move this a little bit too far. There we go. So you could actually specify which option exactly you want to buy. Now, for me personally, I have PowerX Optimizer open at any given time throughout the day, so it's easy for me to switch over. So therefore, all I want to know is if Apple is crossing above 119.21, I'm buying the call option. So this is the third important tip, and I'll show you how to do this for exits here as well. As soon as we do this, you see the alarm is becoming active on the chart. You see it right here. And you can also see it under alarms. If on the right-hand side, you click on alerts, you see that right now, Apple crossing above 119.21. This is where you will see the alert that says buy the call option. So this is how I use alerts for entries. Now, once you are in the trade, this is where I like to use it for exits as well. So if I bought an option right here, I need to sell it when the stock hits the stop loss and when the stock hits the profit target. Now, fortunately, PowerX Optimizer tells me exactly when to exit with the profit and also when to exit with a loss. So as you can see here, the profit target on PowerX Optimizer for Apple is 152.23. So I'm setting an alert for this, and all I do is I add an alert here, or you can click on the menu icon, the alarm icon here, doesn't really matter. And now I'm entering this value of 152 23 that PowerX Optimizer says. Now here I select open-ended. Okay, it expires after 2 months. That is fine on my plan. So we should be good here. Otherwise, I'll do it to, in a month from now, we will be fine. Okay, I thought that I could open-ended. I tested it earlier. Worked, doesn't work now, no worries. Okay, so let's just set it to expire in a month from now. And if it goes above 152.23, this is when I achieved my profit target. And again, I'm giving myself very specific instructions of what to do there. So now I want to sell my call option that I bought when entering the trade. So super easy here. And as you will see, another expert tip for you, I'm copying this part of the alert because I'm kind of lazy and I don't like to type too much. So I also want to place an alert for my stop loss. And as you can see, my stop loss, as suggested by PowerX Optimizer, is 108.89. So I'm setting a new alert, clicking on this button, 108.89. And again, I'm setting it to a month from now. And as soon as this crosses it, see, now I have hit my stop loss and I'm selling my call option. See, for me personally, the more I write here in this message, the easier it makes it for me when it is actually time for this alert, when the alert rings. And you see right now, I see visually on the chart very clearly, my profit target is here, my stop loss is here. Now, if you want, you could also set alerts for the conservative target, no problem at all. You can have, however, this is where you're limited. In the free version, you only have 10 alerts. Now, if you want to upgrade to one of the higher versions, they're really not that expensive. I believe it is $15 per month. Simply go to rockwelltrading.com/tradingview and let me show you what you get with these other versions. So as you can see right now, I'm on an annual plan, so it is showing me all the prices annually. You can pay monthly. It is not a big problem at all. So as you can see here, for the Pro version, you have 10 server-side alerts. The version that I am personally on has 30 server-side alerts. So you want to make sure that you have the right version for your needs. As you can see right now, just for one stock, I used actually 3 alerts, although technically I just needed 1 because I just need the alert for the entry. Once I am in the stock, I need an alert for the 2 exits. So I recommend that you never trade more than 5, or that you never have more than 5 positions on at any given time. So this means that you would have 5 times a profit target and 5 times a stop loss. So 10 alerts. Therefore, as you can see, the Pro version, which is probably priced at around $14, $15 per month, will do the trick for you. Anyhow, so this was a brief tutorial of how to use alerts on TradingView, how I personally use them with some expert tips so that you know exactly what to do. And if this was helpful, do me a favor and click on like right now, because this way I know that you're enjoying videos like this and I will do more videos like this. And also, if you like other videos or would like to get a notification whenever I go live, click on the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell. This way you get notified whenever I release a new video. Also, feel free to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, or by email, and I will see you in the next video. All right, good. So we can cut this out. Was this helpful? Do you like this? That you know exactly how to use these alerts and how I use them in conjunction with PowerX Optimizer? I feel that they're really, really cool, really super easy to use. So, and you can use this for any stock that you want to enter. By the way, yes, you can also get more fancy and you can say, okay, you want to make sure if here, for example, the Bollinger Bands are crossing something, right? So you can go really crazy and fancy with this. I personally found that using this simple alerts already simplifying my life tremendously. All right. So good to see everybody here. So now we're going to do our deep dive where I'll take a look at your questions if you're here live in the chat box. And if you're watching the recording of the video, please leave a comment. I respond to every comment personally. I read every comment personally. I might not respond to every comment, but I read them all and I appreciate all these comments. Okay. So let's just see. Alice, the wheel is really doing good. I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back. It's today there were several opportunities, but they appeared like this because markets are still reversing like crazy. I mean, wow. I really want to see where we end here when the markets close in 4 minutes from now. Okay, so yeah, all of the puts did really well today. It's really fun. And Todd actually says, need a pullback to sell puts for the wheel? No, because today we had a lot of stocks. Let me actually show you. We had quite a few stocks that were going down and therefore providing us with several opportunities. So I like to look at the hot lists here. And when you see the hot lists, you see Apple right now is slightly down. So Wayfair, I actually looked at Wayfair earlier. So this was quite interesting. Not really interested in owning Wayfair long term. ATVI was another good one. And what else did we look at? By the way, I looked at gold as a stock, for example. I looked at this one. There wasn't enough premium in there, but this looked like a good one. No, it was actually gold, the stock. There we go, the Barrick Gold Corporation. This actually looked pretty good if you look at this. So I was interested in the 25 strike. There wasn't enough premium in there anyhow. We will definitely get to more trades according to the wheel here. Absolutely. Okay. Roman is asking, can you do the wheel strategy with a small account? And yes and no. You need at least $10,000 in cash so that you have $20,000 in margin. That is the absolute minimum if you're using a margin account. If you're using a cash account, you would need $20,000 in cash. Anything less, use the PowerX optimizer to grow your account. And then the wheel strategy is a strategy where you trade for income. I did a video on this where I explained the difference between trading for growth and trading for income. I'll link to it in the description. You definitely want to take a look at the video. Diesel is asking, are you trading PowerX Optimizer now? Yes, I actually looked at quite a few stocks this morning, and I had 4 that were really interesting to me, and I did take the Apple trade. I did trade options on Apple. So this is what I entered this morning. Absolutely, yes, I am using the PowerX Optimizer right now. All right. Good. Okay, and yes, PowerX Optimizer is the tool that I'm showing. If you're interested and would like to have an in-depth look into this, I've set up a website. It's called mytradingroutine.com, where I have a 35-minute video where I walk you through how I'm using this tool every day in my trading. And if you're interested in this, it's probably there's a link in the description. It's called mytradingroutine.com. Go there, check it out. So this way you know what this tool does. And if you're interested, you can have a tour with Paul, who will be happy to show you the tool and what it can do for you. And then you can decide whether this is for you or not. Okay. Good. Okay. So Dave's asking, before entering wheel or PowerX trade, should you check all the Greeks? I don't. I do not check the Greeks. The Greeks, you see, you can use them. For me, they don't provide any additional information that I use in my trading. Now, it might be different for you. If you find them helpful, great. I like to keep it simple because this is one of the things that I've learned over the years. If I keep it simple, I'll make money. If I make it more complicated, I suffer from analysis paralysis. Don't know if you ever had this problem where you're looking at so much information that you're getting hesitant to pull the trigger. This is what happened to me in the past. So this is why I'm limiting the amount of information that I'm looking at. And this is why PowerX Optimizer is super easy, super simple, and just gives me the information that I need to make my trading decisions. And the Greeks are not part of this, but great question. Okay. Good. So let's see. Bernard is asking, is it wise to use a stop order if the market and if the stock gaps up at the open? Better way to wait 5 or 10 minutes. You see, today, it's a great question, Bernard. Today we had our mastermind call. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I meet with my mastermind members. And today we did a call where we talk about what we trade this week, what's happening in the markets, how we will approach the markets, and we'll talk about individual trades. And we actually talked about this question. Now, I like to use the 2% rule, meaning that if a stock gaps more than 2% from my entry price, okay, if my entry price is here and gaps more than 2%, I'm going to skip on this trade. Same way to the downside, right? I mean, if my entry price to the downside is here and it skips more than 2%, I'm skipping the trade. And this is why I passed on a few trades this morning based on what I saw. For example, RL, CALX, and BKU was another one that I liked from our list. I can just quickly show this to you if you want, if you're interested in the trades that I was looking at this morning, and here's why. So as you know, I have certain criteria. I look at trendability, gappiness, and the P&L chart, and I really liked what I see here for Apple. Really liked what I saw for BKU. So this is Bank United here betting on a falling market, and one of the upcoming videos is how to actually bet on a falling market here. And I also liked RL. So these were my main three. So I like this for a long trade. Didn't take this one. Didn't take the BKU trade because it never triggered. And the CalX was on my radar where I said, yeah, maybe didn't really like this gap here that occurred recently. And this was also a trade then this morning after I saw what was happening that I skipped. But you see, these trades like Apple absolutely fit my criteria. As you can see, just one little tiny gap here. Overall, nice trends to the upside and the downside. Nice P&L graph, no gaps. BKU was another one that fit my criteria. Nice trends to the upside and the downside, no gaps, nice P&L graph, and RL. So these are the ones that I picked out of the list. How many did we have this morning? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So out of these 13, I narrowed it down to 3, and I actually then did enter the Apple trade. So let's see how this turns out. But Bernard, great question. Total monetary time for the win. As you know, I'm from Germany. I grew up in Germany. I've been here in the United States for now, 18 years. Still not used to the AM and PM. For me, in the afternoon, it is 15:30, 16:30. Right now, for example, it is 15:03 for me. Anyhow. So Desiduck CVET stop loss was activated a few minutes ago. Lost trade. Yeah, you know what? I didn't like CVET too much. Let me just go back there. Why did I skip CVET this morning? Oh, yeah, I can tell you why. So CVET, if you look at this, over the past, 5-6 months, since end of May, we had small trades, small winning trades, small losing trades. You see, if you go to the trading report, you see it exactly. So the past few trades here, small win, small loss, small win, small loss, small loss, small win, small win, small loss. So you see, we're just treading water. This is why, for me, it is so important to look at the profit and loss. And if you compare the profit and loss chart here of CVET and Apple, you see that Apple has a much, much nicer one. Just wait a second until it loads. You see, very, very nice. Same with BKU. I mean, take a look at these P&L charts that you see in the bottom of the screen. Much, much, much nicer here than CVET. This is why I wasn't a big fan of CVET this morning when I see it. Alice, PowerX is way too complicated. Oh my gosh. You should see some other charting software packages. Have you ever seen Thinkorswim or some other charting software packages where you can just do a million things and you need months to actually learn it? I mean, I used Thinkorswim. I used TradeStation. I used, what else? Genesis Trade Navigator. I've used so many charting software packages. I've used specialized ones that were supposed to find stocks for me. And oh my gosh, they were so complicated. I personally think that PowerX Optimizer is super easy and super simple, but hey, I'm biased. I developed the software, right? But I am absolutely determined to make this the very best trading software in the world. And we are about to release a new update this week, and this new update will be amazing. I'm so excited about this. Talked to the development team on Friday about it, talked about it this morning. We'll continue talking about it tomorrow. So we are releasing a new update of PowerX Optimizer, and oh my God, this will make it even easier. You're going to love it. Anyhow, good. So Jojo says the Tastyworks mobile app has gone backwards. I never use it. I am not a big fan of mobile apps. The only reason why I use TradingView, not Tastyworks, but TradingView as a mobile app is to get the alert. That's it. I mean, everything else I do on my laptop. It's probably because I'm getting older. I mean, I'm about to turn 51, so I can't see a darn thing on these phones if I want to take a look at charts, right? I mean, my eyesight is still pretty good. I don't need any glasses, but hey, charts are really getting small on this one. Anyhow, good. All right. So, So Reina is asking, great question. Will you still buy the call option if it crosses the alert line, but then falls back below it before you place the trade? Yes, you can do this. You see, the important thing here is when you decide to trade a stock, for example, Apple, right? And then it crosses the alert line. So it crosses above 119.21. PowerX Optimizer tells me exactly at what price I should buy this option so that I don't overpay for it. And often, Reina, this is why it is a great question. Often you will see that it gets triggered when it falls a little bit back. And it's not unusual. Here's why. Because this level here, 119.21, let's actually go to Apple and a 5-minute chart here. I want to show it to you. The 119, oops, geez, what did I do there? Apple, there we go. So I'm going to switch to a 15-minute chart, and this is where you see right now, Apple actually started off right here. This is today. So today, Apple started here. You see this line, 119.21 is the previous day's high. So as you can see, it touches it a few times, see, and then pulls back a little bit before going through. So that is absolutely normal because we want to wait until we go through the previous day's high or the previous day's low when we have a sell signal, because this way we are getting a confirmed trend. So great question. Yes, I will do this if it pulls back and if I can get the price that I want. All right. So Bernard is asking, where is TradingView? Go to rockwelltrading.com/TradingView. This will redirect you directly there. They've been around for a few years. I like to use them in addition to PowerX Optimizer. And yeah, I bet it was a good Monday for you. Yes. So Vadim is asking, can the same alerts be set up in TOS, Thinkorswim? I'm pretty sure they can. I mean, pretty much every single charting software allows you to set up alerts, and Thinkorswim is a powerful charting software. So I'm sure it does. This is not part of today's tutorial here, but there's probably videos that show you exactly how to set up alerts on Thinkorswim. Good. Okay, let's see. What other questions do you have? So Wayne is asking, in the example stated by Apple at 119, would you, if you buy the stock as opposed to the option, bother to set an alarm even if its stop loss order is triggered? No, you see, when you're trading the stock, you can do all this in your broker platform, right? Because you can specify a stop order that triggers as soon as it crosses above 119.21. So you don't need this, because then you get the buzz from your broker, in my case, Tastyworks, that says you got to fill. And after you got the fill, you set the profit target and the stop loss in your broker platform, right? And you set it as a bracket order or a one cancels other, an OCO order. And this way, if either the profit target gets filled, again, you're getting a buzz again. And this way, you don't have to worry about the alarms. The alarms are more for option traders. So if you like to trade options with the PowerX Optimizer, these alarms will be super helpful. Okay. And yeah, I mean, Tastyworks charts. I'm not loving it. I've never used them. I try to use them. I wanted to like them, and I don't. I love TradingView here. Anyhow, good. So good to see everybody. Let's take a quick coffee here, a sip of coffee, and always remember, trade what you see, not what you think. All right, so Juan is asking, are you anyone trading Apple? Yep, I trading Apple. So told you that's what I did. Now in TradingView, can I set up an alert for a trade if the line VWAP crossover? Yeah. You can. You can really, if you have the VWAP on there, so you need to plot the indicator. So let me just show you. If I would add an indicator like the VWAP, the weighted volume. So if you show this and then you can set an alert based on this indicator, and you can see if the where is it? The VWAP is crossing a certain value, right? Or if it is crossing, I mean, for example, if a 3-day moving average crosses a 5-day moving average, yeah, you can do all this and you can go crazy. Absolutely. I'm not using it, but great question here. Yes, you can. You can. All right. So Voltaire is asking, what is the math behind suggesting a $20,000 account size for the wheel strategy? Here's why. When trading the wheel strategy, I highly recommend that you're only selling cash secured puts. I did a video on this. I'll link to it in the description and also here in the chat. Probably Nicole will link it. So it's called cash secured puts versus naked puts. What should you do? And in this video, I'll explain exactly why you need to have a slightly larger account. If you have an account size of less than 20,000, you won't be able to take any trades, because the only stocks that you could trade on so that it is a cash secured put would be stocks trading around $20 to $30, and often on these low price stocks you don't have enough premium to make it worth your while. Again, I explained this in the other video. I'll link to it in the description and also here in the chat. It's called cash secured puts versus naked puts. There you go. Okay, good. Raina is asking, is it okay if I focus on the PowerX optimizer before doing the wheel? Absolutely, yes, please do. PowerX optimizer is great to grow your account, especially if you're right now. I would say if your account size is below $50,000, I would really focus on the PowerX optimizer first. Once your account size is around $50,000, then you can possibly trade both PowerX optimizer and the wheel to grow your account with both strategies. But great questions here. Good. Wade is asking a little bit more explanation on the black bars if possible. I'll be happy to tell you what this is. I actually did a whole video on this. It is called Best Indicators. I think it's called something like Best Indicators. I'll look it up for you and I'll link to it in the description, because this way you see exactly that, whenever I see that the market is going up, I'm coloring the bars green. When it is going down, I'm coloring them red. And when I see that the market is not going anywhere, this is when I'm coloring them black. And I'll explain everything here in the video. Mandeep, so good to see you. I know that over the weekend we talked a little bit in the comments. So Mandeep is from Canada, if I remember correctly. And originally you weren't watching this live. You left a comment underneath the video, and this is how we got in touch and we exchanged a few comments over the weekend. So yes, I do remember you. So glad to have you on board and have you get started here. With the wheel. This is awesome. Good to see you here. Good to see that you are making it live. All right. Juan is asking, what is your feeling for Apple in the following days? You know, I don't trade based on feelings. I trade what I see, not what I think or what I feel. But let me show you. So PowerX Optimizer, this is the strategy that I personally use a lot, as you know, and is giving me today for Apple a green bar. So it is saying that it is more likely for Apple to go up than it is going down. Now, what do I mean by more likely? If we would have traded the PowerX strategy over the past year on Apple, we would have had 7 wins and 6 losses. So you might say, well, 7 wins, 6 losses, that's kind of a crapshoot, but here's the deal. As you can see, the average win that we made was $347. That's just based on a $10,000 account, so a rather small account. And the average loss, only $33. So this means that your profit factor is $12. This means for every dollar that we lost, we made $12. So, Juan, what is my feeling? Don't care about my feeling. I know they have an event tomorrow where they present the new MacBook Pros, blah, blah, blah. All I see here is that based on the charts, it is more likely for it to go up than it is to go down. And this is why today I did buy call options on Apple. And we'll see how this turns out over the next few days. I know exactly when I'm getting out where my stop loss is. So if we are going back down to 108.89, so around here, I can actually show you exactly on the chart. This is why we have this new feature here, right? So if we are going back down to this level, I am wrong and I'm getting out of this. And if we are going all the way up to 152, which I believe, based on the past performance of Apple, is possible. I mean, this is why I love using this software. You see, I don't have to guess. The software actually looks back at the past performance of Apple over the past year, and based on this, projects a profit target that is very likely to be hit. Again, no guarantees, but when trading, it is all about the probabilities. You want to put the odds in your favor, and this is what I'm doing here. I know that approximately half of my trades will be winning trades, and I know that I make more money on my winning trades than I lose on my losing trades. If you would like to have more information about the software, go to mytradingroutine.com. That's a website that I set up for you. Gosh, time is flying when you're having fun, right? I mean, we're already at the 45-minute mark. I hope that you enjoyed this show as much as I am enjoying doing these shows for you, preparing these shows for you. Do me a favor and click on like. This way, more and more people will see it on video. Will see this on YouTube. Feel free to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, or by email. And if you're new to this channel and you think, this was pretty cool, consider subscribing to the channel right now. Click the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I go live, which is 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3:30 Eastern Time, 30 minutes before the close. I will see you in the next video, in the next show on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.